All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you some honest astrology about the full moon full moon eclipse we're having tonight at 10:30 on the 17th of September 2024. So we've got a sun over here in the sign of Virgo, accompanied by Mercury, the ruling planet associated with Virgo. And across the way here, in between Neptune and Saturn, two major heavy hitters in the zodiac, our sweet emotional little moon here, fully illuminating the sun in Virgo. Now, the reason this is eclipse is because we are within 18 degrees of the nodes. Now, depending where you're at, this isn't a big eclipse you're going to see, not a big lunar eclipse, but it is a lunar eclipse. Okay, the shadow of the moon, the shadow of our emotions. Our emotions are over here in the sign of Pisces, which deals with belief. Trapped, like I said, in between a rock and a hard place. This Neptune here deals with illusion, delusion, belief, media, the black hole, possibilities. Like I said, illusory or delusions. Saturn is dealing with reality. Saturn is the cold, hard facts of reality. And this over here, belief, I believe I can fly. And Saturn's going to say, well, not without the right tools. All right. You're going to need to figure out the right tools. If you believe you can fly, you can't just jump off the building and fly. You're going to have to create the necessary things. Right. So, it's belief, right? And then belief versus reality. Crap in your hand and wish in the other. Which one of them is going to come out first? So over here in Virgo, this is very serious. All right. So what is the Virgo energy all about? The Virgo energy, for one, is about making decisions. It's about communication. It's about information. Okay, and most importantly, it's saying what I'm going to say yes to in life. As if all of life is on a conveyor belt coming toward me, or if I'm on a conveyor belt moving toward life, and everything that's coming my way, is a little paddle that's saying yes or no, yes or no. No to this experience, yes to this experience. And of course, these are going to get judged in Libra. But Virgo and Libra have to deal with judgment. We want to make decisions for ourselves, and we want to observe the outside reality, observe the physical universe, observational universe, and determine on what we want to gravitate toward. What do we want to do? What do we want to say yes to? What do we want to say no to? Here is a park, a beautiful park. Do you want to go for a walk in the park? Here is a cave. Do you want to go into the cave? Do you want to go dancing at a club? Do you want to go to the bar? Do you want to go to a yoga class? Do you want to go learn kung fu? Do you want to go painting? Do you want to visit a gallery? Whatever. It's yes or no, yes or no. The decisions I'm saying in life, I have to make these judgments. I have to judge if I want to make this decision again. Hey, do you want to go get sushi? No, I don't like seafood. Okay, let's find something else. All right. Now we get into very interesting times because you, as the observer, you are right. We're looking at the very end here of the first personal six. It's about me, myself, my possessions, my thoughts, my view, perception of reality. This is my emotions. This is my personal flair. This is my ego. This is my personality, why I like what I like. And this here is what I'm saying yes or no to, as well as my acts of service. And what am I contributing to and giving back into the world, right? We are all a part of this big wheel, and we all have to contribute to society. So over here in Virgo, this is saying, well, what do you want to contribute to society? You have to be functioning part of this giant wheel called human life, or life in general. So what do you want to do to be of service? What is your service in humanity? What is your service with the whole? And again, you have to create judgmental decisions. You have to, as the observer, say, yes, I want to go to the yoga. No, I don't want to go to the bar. Or yes, I want to go to the bar. No, I don't want to go to yoga. There's no right or wrong here. It's all the same thing. It's just saying, what do you want to make decisions? Are you voting left? Are you voting right? Are you voting? You know what I mean? Like, we have to make decisions. Over here in Pisces is all the same. It's all the same. It's one, right? Oneness, oneness, oneness. But we have to focus for a moment here on this Virgo energy, which is the observer is always the one creating the judgments. And it's completely okay to create those judgments. And we are being kind of washed away right now with the gravity, the black hole that is Neptune, in this thinking, this mental thinking that we're not supposed to have judgments about things, that we're not supposed to create a yes or a no in life. So we have a lot of, and this is the importance of Saturn being back here in Capricorn right now at the 29th anerotic degree of Capricorn, and not in community-centered Aquarius. Okay, Pluto community, Pluto individual, governing our individuality. Now Pluto is also back here, like there's a lot going on with AI, a lot of this stuff, and Pluto says, hey guys, before we go into this world of technology, fully immersed into this world of technology over the next 22 years or whatever it may be, I mean, our whole lives about to change, right? We're going to see an exponential jump in technology and information when Pluto fully enters Aquarius here. But the fact is that we have to govern, we have to figure out the ways to govern ourselves properly before we get into the AI world here, okay? Not only that, but we have to govern ourselves individually, so that way we are not just conforming to the group, to the society. We have to be individuals and think for ourselves. We have to make our own judgments based on our decisions that are best for us. Now, I'm going to come back here and talk to you. If we're walking down the street and you say you are hungry and I say, I've got an apple, here's an apple. And I have an apple myself, and I eat my apple, and I love this apple. Delicious apple. I'm enjoying my apple. You take a bite out of it. You love apples too. And you take a bite of it, and you say, I don't like this apple. And you toss it away. How dare you? I gave you an apple, and this apple, this checks all the boxes off the list, right? You're hungry, the apple is food, the apple is nutrients for you. It's also going to give you hydration. There's the juices in there as we're walking along a journey in the woods. And you enjoy apples. So you enjoy apples, you're hungry, you need nutrients, you need something for you, and I have something that can solve all of your issues. But you chose to not like it. You chose this, and it's interesting. And you can say, well, I don't like green apples. This was a green apple. I prefer a Macintosh or a Fiji apple or whatever it may be. What kind of apple you prefer, right? And I can say, well, this is the apple I gave you. Why don't you like this apple? You are hungry and you needed nutrients, and you should just take a bite out of the apple, chew it, swallow it, and I don't want to hear that you don't like the apple. It's what you need, okay? We are experiencing this. We're being bullied in a lot of different ways socially right now. Eat your damn apple. Enjoy it. I don't want to hear if you don't like the apple. Well, guess what? Our voices aren't going to be muted just so the majority can talk. Every single person on this planet has a right to their observations. Every individual on this planet has a right to their viewpoint. Every individual on this planet has a right to decide on what they like and what they don't like, what they want to agree with, what they want to sign up for, how they want to spend their hard-earned dollar bills, what they want to choose to engage with for entertainment purposes. How do they like to go to sleep? Do they want to watch TV at night? Do they want to wear an eye mask? Do you want to sleep? It doesn't matter. This is all up to you, and every single person you meet will judge you and part of you for how you are living life as a person, okay? But that's okay. It's because you can judge them and you can observe, hey, oh, you sleep naked. I like to sleep in silk pajamas. Oh, you sleep with the fan on. You don't sleep with the fan on. You allow the dog on your bed. You don't like the dog on your bed. Everybody's going to have an opinion. And for some reason, we're getting in this groupthink mentality that we have to conform, that we have to be a part of what everybody else thinks. Otherwise, if we don't fit in, we're not a part of the thing. And if we're not a part of the thing, we're an outsider, and that we're being judged for the thing. Okay? We're at a very, very interesting place where certain individuals in our society say, my opinion matters than your opinion matters. My opinion of this particular issue is more important because this is how I feel about it. So it's like negating that you have an opinion that might feel completely different. Or because you have an opinion that is different than my opinion, I'm now going to, and let's say I have an opinion here. Let's say you have an opinion that goes with the majority. I have an opinion that makes sense for me that maybe not be with the majority of the group. Okay? And you, of course, want me to be a part of the majority of the group. Otherwise, I'm an outsider. We'll push it away. All right? Oh, we have a difference of opinion. We have to stand on opposite sides of the fence with one another. This is not necessarily the best way to view things, but that's all right. So you have your opinion and I have mine. And because I have a difference of opinion, let's say it's on that apple or whatever the social political agenda may be that we might have difference of opinions on, but because I have this different of opinion, you could say, oh, Aaron's a jerk. He thinks this way, or you think this way. And now I'm judging and labeling that person as negative or bad or fill in the blank with an adjective, you know. That person is this. And they are this because they have a difference of opinion. Or that they're this because they threw away the apple. They don't care. They don't value these things. They threw away the apple that I gave them. So we can, all of a sudden, we can put judgments on other people and say that person is this. And we can turn around and say that to other people and form an idea in other people's minds of who we are or who that person is. I love to go, there's a place in Detroit called the Schwitz. It's a health spa. There's a cold plunge pool and 2 saunas. I love to go to this place. And I invited a friend recently, and she was very nervous as she was told, this is a swingers, it's like a place, it's like a sex club of swingers and stuff. It's like, no, I've been going there for years. It might have had a reputation a long time ago before it got bought out by the new owners, but that was a long time ago, right? So either way, a seed was planted in her mind that, oh, I don't want to go to this place because of the things that go on there. And it's like, well, for years, this is a proper health spa and health club. Those old rumors are just tarnishing the name of what it is now. And that person who's probably never even been there, who's telling you this, is planting the seed of misinformation in her mind that she was now going to miss out on an opportunity to come and enjoy something. Thankfully, my friend came and joined me and realized, oh my goodness, and her eyes were open. This isn't actually what I was warned it was going to be. This is actually something beautiful and amazing and something she really enjoyed and says that I want to come back here every week. I said, I know, that's why I do this too. So we have this interesting time where everyone's going to tell you what life is. Listen, son, listen, daughter, listen, friend. This is what reality is. This is what happens when ABC. This is what happens when XYZ. This is what happens over here. This is what happens. But that's everybody's personal opinion. Unless you choose to walk into it yourself and figure out for yourself, you're always going to be living somebody else's life. You're always, your concept of reality is always going to be informed by others unless you choose to try it yourself. Okay? Now, we have to make the decisions. You know, is crack really bad for me? Maybe I should try that for myself and find out. There are certain things here that we just have to create our best observational guesses, okay? Now, there's 2 paths in front of us. There's one path that's lit up and it's beautiful daylight. There's another path that's the cave, okay? Maybe I want to explore the cave. We're talking about a lunar eclipse here, so we have to explore shadows. We have to explore shadows, which is extremely important on a lunar eclipse, especially dealing with belief, shadows of why we believe what we believe. Okay, so a seed is planted in someone's mind because you trust this person. You trust this person and they told you something. You trust that person, they told you you don't want to go, that's a sex club. Sure enough. You meet me, all of a sudden they say, no, it's a health spa. There's only one way to figure that out, right? Either go yourself or don't. So if you say, I'm willing to enter the cave today, we have to, and this is what Saturn is saying. This is why Saturn is here right now. It's like, you want to enter the cave. Maybe you've been living in this, you've been going down the sunny path here, but you want to enter the cave today. You want to go down that dark place. Well, make sure you have the right tools, right? You want to fly, make sure you have the right tools. You're going to need a propeller. You're going to need some wings. Excuse me. You know, you want to go into that cave. You want to explore your emotions, my friends. You want to explore what you value. You want to explore why you're saying yes to what you're saying. You want to explore why you're having an emotional reaction to what you're having an emotional reaction to. Then you need the right tools. You need a flashlight. Okay? And if we're distracting ourselves by all the stuff, whatever else it may be, we're never going to really venture into that cave. And Saturn really wants us right now. And with our moon conjunct Saturn earlier, yesterday and today, it's like, these are your emotions. These aren't somebody else's emotions to manipulate. This isn't for other people to manipulate you into telling you to shut up and eat the apple that you don't like because you don't like it, because it's the only thing available that I had to offer you. But maybe if you waited 15 minutes, you would have found, a pear or something growing in the forest that you could have eaten just the same and been happy, and we wouldn't have gotten into an argument about it. You have to create your own boundaries. So when you create your own boundaries, Earth sign, other people are going to want to walk over your boundaries. They're going to want to test them. In whatever relationship you're in. Now remember, this is the eclipse here. Let me come back for a quick second. Yay! South Node, Black Moon Lilith here. This is we don't have to look at this as feminine energy right now. We can just look at this as barbarian energy, other barbaric energy. Okay, that people want to manipulate you into doing their deeds, into doing and believing their beliefs, into doing their thoughts, into chasing their dreams. Hey, this is my dream. Come with me, and I'll give you sprinkles of it. But ultimately, we're chasing my thing. All right, so it's like letting go of other people. If other people are telling you this is how reality is, we have to be able to, in a certain sense, let go. And so other people are in all of our relationships, because this deals with relationships, this is dealing with your personal self and your boundaries and your beliefs. Left brain, Virgo, right brain, Pisces. This is about our minds right now. And so other people, you say, I have a boundary here. Other people are going to want to challenge your boundaries. They're going to want to push a little bit and see, well, did you really mean that? I got to go to bed at 10 p.m. Let me see. Okay, old timer. Okay, granny, grandpa, whatever. So some people, they're going to be left out. That you have boundaries for yourself. You have to be up early in the morning. You have the thing to do. Maybe I don't, and that makes me feel bad. Maybe I want to have another last call at the bar because I don't have a responsibility in the morning. And I want you, who does have responsibility in the morning, to hang out with me because I feel a little bit bad about myself. It might not be those reasons, but sometimes those things are very real, right? So it's like, well, just stay for one more. Just stay for one more. Like, no, I can't. And like, oh, you always do this. You want to go out. And then they can guilt trip you, right? They can guilt trip you and manipulate you into doing what they want. I'm going to test your boundaries. I want to test your boundaries here. So it's like, well, what? Now, I believe in a certain amount of wiggle room and playfulness in life. And every tree outside your window is very strong, but it still sways in the wind, right? But it's not uprooting. It's grounded. Right? So as long as we're grounded in our foundation, we can have wiggle room. Okay, I can stay out till 10:30. But don't try to push and push, because the more that I push these branches, I'm going to topple over, I'm going to break. My branches are going to fall, it's going to hit someone's car, it's going to hit somebody's house, it's going to terrible things. So it's like understanding our own balance. And when other people are trying to use manipulative words, Mercury Virgo right now, using words to just trigger us, or just these little kind of things, they can be mad at us. It's okay for other people to be mad at us. It's okay to disappoint other people. And if we have a people-pleasing energy, right now, my friends, this is the energy for you. This is the time for you right now to drink in this full moon. It's a time for you right now to appreciate the next little bit of few months ahead of us, that we have the North Node in Aries and the South Node in Libra, because it's saying this is your life. Learn how to dance, learn how to sing, learn how to play, go dance in the rain, go sing karaoke badly, go sing karaoke greatly, paint because you want to paint, sing because you want to sing, play baseball because you want to play baseball. No matter what it is in life that you want to do, allow yourself to experience those things because it's what you want. And stop allowing other people's judgments of us to determine our life and where we're going and how we're going to be living it. Right? And again, we're the observer. We're always the one that's allowed to say yes or no. And it's up to us if we made a decision to say yes or no. I want to make that same decision again. And we're going to experience that. We'll talk about it more in a couple of weeks here when the sun moves into Libra. Now, over here in Pisces, we've been talking about belief. This is our right brain. And smash between the reality of Saturn and the illusions. Now, if I were to get all serious with you, this is really, really important. If you've been following along this far, we've only been talking about the Virgo aspect. We're about to talk about the other half of this full moon eclipse. So if you have been following along this far, feel free to give a like, a share, a heart, whatever. It helps this stuff grow. So, all right. Our moon over in Pisces now. Belief. Now, there's a frequency. Everything is a frequency. Everything around us is a vibration. I'm giving off vibration. When you come to watch this channel, there's a certain energy and there's a vibration. Okay, this is the energy that I'm putting out into the world. We're all, remember, Sun in Virgo. We're all giving an energy. We're all putting something out into the world. So if you came and you saw, oh, Aaron put up an astrology video and you clicked on it. Now this is the general. Let's say this is the base level of where my energy is. Generally kind of right here for each video consistently throughout the whatever years I've been doing this. All right. Now, if I came in here and I was just in a crappy mood, all right, everybody, Sun's in Virgo, judge everything, judge everyone you want, judge everybody, doesn't matter, right? And if I was just in a crappy mood or just came in here and talking negatively, you're going to feel that. Whatever vibration you're at, you're going to hear my vibration. And if I'm just sitting here crapping on things, all right, and you tuned in to watch this message, to hang out, and my vibration is lower, and you're expecting it here, well, what's going to happen? I'm either going to lower your vibration. Okay, you're going to either lower your vibration or my vibration is grounded here at this lower place. Maybe your vibration's up here. What's going to happen? You're going to click off the video. Done. I don't want that right now. I don't want that energy in my environment. Okay, so this happens with people all around us. This happens a lot of times with ladies and their menstrual cycle. It's a physical action of the unseen connection that we have. Okay, so that's a physical representation of the unseen connection that we have that women get to experience together, which is really beautiful. And a lot of times during the eclipses, a lot of the ladies they'll have their cycle will start early, which is kind of cool. We're all connected, right? So on the other side, if my vibration's generally up here, you're expecting some information, blah, blah, blah. If my vibration's a lower vibration, I'm either going to lower you to my vibration and I'm going to make you angry about the things I'm angry about. And now my vibration here and your vibration here. And what's going to happen? I'm angry and you're angry about the same things. We're going to create more vibrations. We're going to create more noise about that topic. Okay, whatever that topic is, we're generating more volume and more volume and more volume about it. Okay, it's resonating an E string. Bum. Every E string in the vicinity is going to resonate. It's how life works. It's how resonant works. It's how vibrations work. And we're all vibrations and we can't see it all the time. So, and vice versa, if I'm in my base positive energy talking about exciting things about life and you're down and I'm grounded up here, well, guess what? Your vibration's going to raise and you're going to get really excited about life because life is freaking cool, right? And you're really cool. And that's why we're hanging out together. That's why we do this stuff, because life is awesome and we like to expand and learn about stuff. So we connect with people, we connect with energies that bring us into a certain space, a certain tone, a certain tune, a certain vibrational energy. Now, we're talking about belief, your friends, and it is political season. So we tune into what? We tune into the media, we tune into the news, we tune into social media. And we have media right here, Neptune in Pisces, the moon between it, and Saturn coming to kind of... Neptune and Saturn are very opposing energies, okay? This is the very real physical energy. This is the very real imagination, the very real possibilities of what things could be, the very real non-physical, okay? So when we tune into the TV, and we have the man on the TV or the woman, the news broadcaster, expressing things like this. In America, this is what you need to be concerned with. And why should you be in fear? Up next at 11 o'clock. And we have the most horrific news coming on for you now. And President Trump is the worst person in the history of time. And he should be put in jail for and Kamala Harris is the worst person in the history of... And she started her career as this and this and this. I don't even want to talk in that voice anymore. It's exhausting. Energetically, it's exhausting. Even when I watch the debates, I couldn't help but like make fun of the two people asking questions. It's like I'm like imagining them asking like someone in their family to pass the mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving. Like, hello, grandmother, will you please pass the mashed potatoes? Thank you so very much. It's like, it's so fake. It's so phony. Just be real. Be authentic. Okay. So what we're doing is what the media is doing, rather, is we're putting a tone. I'm setting a tone of what you need to fear, what's going to be uncertain in your life, what you should be doubtful, what you should be afraid of. And as long as we're putting you in this place, then the more time you're going to come back and tune into me and tune in, because I'm going to keep feeding you all the things that you should be fearful of. And I'm going to tell you on who you should hate, and I'll tell you on who you should love. Okay? And love the person that I love because they're paying me the most. And fear and hate the person that I don't like, because if they win this election, then that means the person that's paying me the most amount of money didn't win the election, and I'll have to fear for my job. And I don't want to be concerned about my job. I want you to be concerned about your job. And that's why you need to follow my message and tune in and vote for my person that I love so much, because they're the future of the world. Okay? It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit. And we need to open our eyes. We need to make the decisions for ourselves and tell the rest of the world to shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter. I'm completely capable of observing the universe. I'm completely capable of observing. I'm completely capable of fact-checking myself. These powers didn't just vanish because you have an opinion. This stuff is extremely important, and because the moon right now is in between Saturn and Neptune, it's like really telling us, like, friends, we have to be very, very, very careful of like what we're believing and why we're believing it. And if we're just believing everything the person on TV says, like, fact check me. I love it. Like, I want, hey, Aaron, you actually misplaced. You said this instead of this. Thank you. This is how we learn. This is how we grow, right? So it's like, if we really, the media wants us to hate certain people. The media really wants us to like their agenda. And it's just like, well, who's running the show? Who's running this? What dollar bills are behind this? And we have to make these decisions for ourselves. It's extremely important. All right. Now, there's something else I want to talk about. Jupiter here I know this is a long one, but you guys, this is such an important eclipse. This is such an important full moon. Jupiter here in Gemini is about information. Okay. Now I'm gonna talk about politics for another quick second. After the debate that happened last week, the following day, Jupiter and Gemini, information, and Jupiter is just simply more. Okay. Confirmation bias. Let's talk about it. Whatever you see in the world, you're gonna find. I watched the debates. I can't tell you who won or lost. I just watch the debates as an observer. I'm just an observer. What the heck is happening in my reality? What is happening in the United States right now? What's happening politically? So I watch and I observe. I couldn't tell you who won. It was just two people. You know, I think we all lost. I watched debates of like old presidents, and they would say like, you know, I think my opponent here has a very good point, and they would respect each other. What I saw there was really sad. I think we all lost. But anyway, so the next day I saw certain news programs say that Trump won the debates, and they showed statistics numbers. Then I saw on another news outlet saying that Kamala, whatever, Harris, had won the debates, and that here's her percentages and numbers. They both can't be right. There's no way that they both won the debate. This is confirmation bias. Whatever we see, whatever we feel on the inside and the outside, internal world, external world, Pisces, external world, physical reality, Virgo. Okay? And everything changes. Virgo is also like the trees that are changing color right now. If you live in the northern hemisphere, this is the trees that are changing color, the flowers that are dying, the trees that are going internal, they're losing their branches. Everything changes. Okay, our opinions can change, our beliefs can change, our ideas can change, how we view the world changes. Everything changes. The only constant in life is change, right? But so why are we gravitating toward the decisions that we're making? Is the public, is the outside world influencing us? into creating these. And another thing, I just watched this video of, I know this is a long one, guys, but there's a lot to talk about here. So thank you for whoever is sticking around right now. Thumbs up for you. I just watched this video of Taylor Swift fans, and they're saying, F the patriarchy, F the patriarchy. Now, this is hard. I think this is hard for a lot of people to watch. Let me just share a quick moment of this. It's like, we have someone who is very influential, right? And is stating, and all of her fans, her fans are so moldable, right? So she's a leader, person in power that's sharing something that could uplift people. To me personally, men and women, we need to love each other. We do love each other. And there's examples of love all around, right? There's examples of how men and women created this world, how men and women together created the society that we have today, and everything that is in it, right? And it's like and when we think of, like, when I think of patriarchy, it's like, because I'm a man, am I a part of the patriarchy? Or am I just a person that's working in the system as well, that this system is created far before me, and I'm just another player, a pawn in the game, right? So am I part of the patriarchy because I'm a man, or is kind of confusing in exactly who that is. But at the same time, it's generally considered with, men are the patriarchy, or the men, okay? And at the same time that Taylor is saying, F the patriarchy, it's like, I guarantee you the Teamsters, the union Teamsters that unloaded her trucks, they're probably 90% men. The people that built that stage are probably 90% men. It's not because women can't do the job. It's just they gravitated toward doing those jobs, right? The lighting engineer, the sound technicians, the person who built the guitar, the person who built the drums. I mean, these are probably men that created these things because they loved it. They right, this is Virgo energy. I'm a drum maker. I want to make drums. I'm a guitar maker. I want to create a guitar. I have a vision to create this amphitheater. I have a vision to create this lighting board, right? And I mean, men and women both can do these things. This is not garnered for just sacred for only one or the other. But the truth is, probably a very high percentage of men were helped build that stage for her to say, F you, F the patriarchy. So I think we're at an interesting time here where we have to really look and say, like, why am I saying this? Why am I saying F the patriarchy? Well, I'm saying it because I love Taylor Swift. I'm a huge fan. And, I've seen it as someone who works in the media. When I interviewed NASCAR people, they're like, my driver, Sunoco. I just went into a Ricky Bobby thing. My driver to Sunoco. That's the only gas station. I don't know what, I'm got a little southern accent there, but it was just like, oh yeah, my driver drinks Red Bull. They drink Red Bulls on their car. I drink Red Bull. My driver has Monster on their car. I drive Monster. So it's like, we're so influenced. We're so very influenced by the outside world. We're so very influenced by the people on TV. We're very influenced by the commercials, by the celebrity. I've got Beats by Dre in my ears, and if you're not listening to Beats by Dre, then are you even listening to music? Probably not. It's just like, so all these advertisements is like, oh, we're pulling on heartstrings. You like this person. They're influencing your life in some way, so then buy their product, give them more money, and spend your hard work American dollars to support their thing. So it's just time to kind of say, like, well, why do I like this thing? All right, there's something else going on here that I'm gonna do a really deep dive on. It's not gonna be right now, but there's a beautiful connection between, you can kind of see it here, between Neptune and Uranus, and then Uranus and Pluto. That's going to be happening for about a year. Okay, I'm gonna do a whole another video about this. This connection is super potent, super powerful, and it's like breaking through one of this concept of patriarchy. Again, we all built this world together, men and women alike. Another big aspect of this is what we value, my friends, what we value and why. So this is playing huge into this eclipse as Neptune's creating this connection over here to Uranus, and the moon is conjunct Uranus and Saturn right now. So it's like making a very real reality in what you believe and what you value, who you are, where you're going, what you're saying yes to, what you're saying no to, what you're making up your mind for. And when we realize that, like, if I'm the only one in the world that believed in astrology and I'm trying to convince everyone else that astrology is real, it's like an uphill battle that I'm going to feel certainly alone for a while. And other people may believe me or may not believe me. it's harder in that direction. It's much easier to say like, oh, there's one God and God created this guy named Jesus and Jesus died for you, and we have millions of people around the world that believe this, and if you believe this story, then you're saved too, and if you don't believe this story, well, then you're going to perish in hell for all of eternity, and I'll pray for you. It's like, no, I don't need your prayers. I don't need that thought. I don't need your judgments. You can have your judgments, but you don't have to judge me like that. And the same, right? Virgo, Pisces, judgment, judgment, lack of judgment. The character Jesus was a fictitious character that ruled Pisces. This is why it was, right brain, left brain. Your left hand sins, cut it off. If your left eye sins, pluck it out. Cast your net to the right. Be compassionate. Forgive people. So in this, how we're going to wrap this up here is in our judgments, which is healthy. Don't let other people tell you you shouldn't judge people. You should judge people. You should judge them by their character, not by their skin tone or their, physical appearance, but judge them by their character, in my opinion. And do you want to make those same decisions? Do you want to hang out and associate with that person? Do you believe in that person? Do you believe where they're going? Are they a positive influence on you? If they're a negative influence, they can influence you positively, right? You can see somebody misbehaving and acting, you say, I don't want to act like that. So everything can be, a negative can be a true positive. That's very subjective. And then for the last thing here is just like, look, whatever you've done in life and you're mad at other people for, like if we're holding on to something, again, this is the eclipse here. This is about Aries, North Node, South Node, and Libra. If you're holding on to anger in your heart, if you're holding on to a grudge, if you're holding on to anything in your heart, it's pure white as snow. Somebody did something to you at some point in history, some point in your journey, and you're holding emotional feelings. This is the eclipse to let it go. And it's to say, in some capacity, quite possibly, in some capacity, you've done the same thing to somebody else. You've hurt someone the same way that you were hurt, the same thing, or a same way, different side of the coin. So it's like, if we're holding on to anger, resentment, or anything toward another human being on this planet, allow ourselves to let it go. It's like, look, we've got people being shot, people being murdered, presidents getting shot at. Probably don't even know why. They're so afraid. And we don't know why. It's like we might not have shot somebody in our past, but you know what I'm saying? Like, forgive people, and see in your own heart, look in your own shadow of your own heart, and the things that you've done that are similar. And say, okay, hang your head for a minute, eat some humble pie, and say, yeah, I've done that same thing too. And I've been mad for all these years or these months at this person, Ted, Jan, Jane, Joe, Steve, Vicky, because of this thing that they did that hurt me really bad. Or I've been mad at my parent for this thing they did. Or I've been mad at my sibling. We don't get along. They might not change. Or it might take them time to change, but you can change. You have that ability to change. You have the ability to create forgiveness. Now, because our decision making, we don't have to say, I forgive you, I'm bringing you back in the circle, we're best friends again. No, because they might still do the exact same thing they did last time. Or Oberus, and just, the cycle repeats itself. But you don't have to harbor the feelings. So it's like emotionally figuring out here, do I want to hold on to this? Do I want to wear this grudge like a crown? Do I want to have a Santa Claus knapsack full of emotions that other people of like crap that's going on with other people that I'm just carrying around with me everywhere? And every new person I meet, every new opportunity I meet, every new circumstance, every new relationship I have, I'm carrying this knapsack of trauma with me. It's like, empty your colostomy bag, flush the toilet, let that stuff go. Taking personal responsibility in our own actions and our own decisions that we have done throughout this time, and understand that we compassionately have probably done something similar to some degree. My friends, this is a pretty big full moon eclipse. I know I threw a lot at you, so again, thank you for sticking around. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love talking about this stuff. I love you. I wish you enough. I wish you the best. Wish you the best. And we'll see you next time.